Okay. Like we did before with Hartsell's first book, we want to start getting into Hartsell's second book. It's volume 2, Counterattack, Grappling Counters, and Reversals. So, in here, let me see if I can find it, talks about counters to the double arm wraparound. Now, I'm going to give the double arm wraparound another name just to make it a little bit more accessible, easier to understand. Boxing clinch, which comes up fairly often and fairly instinctual. Basically, you know, if you come up where if he's punching at me, just out of instinct, I just come in here and clinch up. And people will do this. And if you do this, let's talk about how to do this and protect yourself, at least in terms of boxing. 1, control his arms. Keep your elbows in. Notice I'm not super tight with him where he's got me in a bear hug. And also the other thing is, I got my head on his shoulder. Don't clinch like this because he's going to take his, yeah, exactly that. And even in boxing, they'll tell you to put your leg in between his legs just to protect against, even though it's boxing, just to protect against that knee of the groin, because I hate to shock people, but boxers will cheat. I hate to burst anybody's bubble. And in here, there's a lot I can do myself. I could headbutt. With this arm, I could wrench. I'm going to go back. On either side. In fact, I remember reading about a pro boxer whose career was ended by somebody fouling him out, wrenching his arms in the clinch. But now let's look at it from the other side. Let's say somebody does that to us. However we get it. Maybe I'm punching, he wraps his arms around me. From here, first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to bring my arm around, bring my other arm around, and get into a tie clinch. That's my first counter. Next one, however he gets into it. From here, I'm going to close that distance, put my hand on the small of his back, make a little bit of a gap here, bear hug him in. And as I bear hug, I can trip. Okay, so let's review again. 1, first one, disengage, disengage, 2, basically a tie clinch. Second one, from here, close the distance, bear hug him. And as I bear hug, especially once I get his head past his hips, real nice to go for the takedown with the trip. Thanks, Ben. Thank you.